दोस्तों वेलकम टू फौजी बाबा क्लासेज। अभी तक हम मैथमेटिक्स के कुछ चैप्टर्स को देख रहे थे। बीच में कई सारे स्टूडेंट्स का और कई सारे पेरेंट्स का भी डिमांड आया था कि सर हमको केमिस्ट्री की कुछ टॉपिक्स में डाउट है। तो मैंने किसी तरह समय निकाला, जिन टॉपिक्स में उनको डाउट है उनको हम वन बाय वन समय निकाल के पढ़ाते रहेंगे। आज जिस टॉपिक को हम लेकर के आए हैं, जो बहुत ज़्यादा स्टूडेंट्स के द्वारा डिमांड किया गया था और कई सारे पेरेंट्स ने भी मिलकर बताया कि अगर आप थोड़ा इस पर समय दे सकें तो, वह टॉपिक है IUPAC नॉमेनक्लेचर। बेसिकली आइए इस चीज़ को समझते हैं, ये क्या है, इसकी क्या ज़रूरत है और इसको किस तरह से डेवलप किया गया। जब आप केमिस्ट्री या रसायन शास्त्र पढ़ते हैं तो उस केमिस्ट्री के मेनली दो मेजर पार्ट हैं, इनऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री एंड ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री। इनऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री में जो केमिकल्स हैं, सो नंबर ऑफ कंपाउंड और केमिकल्स अवेलेबल इन द इनऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री आर कंपैरेटिवली लेसर देन द कंपाउंड्स अवेलेबल इन द ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री। ऐसा क्यों है? ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री इज बेसिकली बेस्ड ऑन कार्बन एंड इट्स कंपाउंड बहुत अच्छा था। तो कार्बन और हाइड्रोजन मिलकर के इन्यूमरेबल ऑर्गेनिक कंपाउंड्स का निर्माण किए। पहले जब इनकी संख्या कम थी तो इनको इनके ओरिजिन के नाम से जाना जा सकता था, बहुत आसान था इनका नाम देना। मीथेन, इथेन आपने नाम दिया, बेंजीन नाम दिया। तब तक उसको हम ट्राइवियल सिस्टम के अनुसार नॉमेनक्लेचर करते थे। लेकिन जैसे जैसे इन्वेंशन और डिस्कवरी मोर एंड मोर कंपाउंड्स की होती गई तो इसके एक यूनिक सिस्टम की ज़रूरत महसूस होने लगी। अदरवाइज किसी कंट्री के साइंटिस्ट इसको कुछ नाम देने लगे और किसी कंट्री के साइंटिस्ट इसके कुछ नाम देने लगे। और इसमें यह भी देखा गया कि इसमें कार्बन, हाइड्रोजन और अदर जो रेडिकल्स इसमें जुड़ेंगे उनके पोजीशन से इन कंपाउंड्स का नेचर भी चेंज होने लगा। तो मतलब कि जब इसका हम नामकरण करें या इसका जब नॉमिनेशन करें तो उनके पोजीशन को भी ध्यान में रखना जरूरी था। तो साइंटिस्टों ने मिलकर के एक ऐसे नॉमेनक्लेचर सिस्टम का इन्वेंशन किया जिसमें किसी भी प्रकार का कोई कंफ्यूजन न हो। उन्होंने कुछ कॉमन रूल्स भी इसमें डिसाइड किए। उस रूल्स के बेस पर पूरे वर्ल्ड में इन ऑर्गेनिक कंपाउंड्स का नॉमेनक्लेचर किया जाता है। ये चैप्टर बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट चैप्टर है और बहुत ही आसान चैप्टर है। अगर बेसिक से जिस तरह से हम आपका कंसेप्ट बिल्डअप करेंगे, आप उसको अगर डेवलप करते हैं तो ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री का ये चैप्टर, जो कि ऑलमोस्ट हर एकेडमिक एग्जामिनेशन और हर कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जामिनेशन, इंजीनियरिंग एंड मेडिकल बोथ का एक पार्ट होता है, 100% आपका क्लियर हो जाएगा। अंतर इतना ही है, अभी हम आपको एक बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर सिखाएंगे। इसके बाद जब इसका एडवांस क्लास लेकर के आएंगे तो हम उन डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चंस को लेके आएंगे जो कि एग्जाम में पूछे गए हैं और उनका सामना आपसे हम कराएंगे और हम देखेंगे उसका नॉमेनक्लेचर कैसे कर सकते हैं। बिफोर गोइंग फॉर एडवांस क्वेश्चंस, इट इज़ वेरी वेरी नेसेसरी टू अंडरस्टैंड द बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर, बिकॉज जिस स्टूडेंट को इसका बेसिक फॉर्मेशन पता नहीं होगा, उस स्टूडेंट के लिए एडवांस क्वेश्चन कठिन लगने लगते हैं और वो परेशान होता है। आइए इस चैप्टर को अच्छे से समझेंगे, लास्ट तक मेरे साथ बने रहिए और हो जाएंगे। आइए, जैसा मैंने आपको बताया, केमिस्ट्री के दो मेजर पार्ट हैं, इनऑर्गेनिक और ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री। इनऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री की चर्चा यहां पर हम नहीं करेंगे। हमारा जो आज का टॉपिक है वो चूंकि IUPAC नॉमेनक्लेचर है, दैट इज मेजरली कंसर्न्ड विद द ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री। ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री ऑर्गेनिजम्स, जो ऑर्गेनिज्म के बेस पे हो, दैट इज ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री। कार्बन एंड इट्स कंपाउंड्स को मिला करके जिस जहां पे स्टडी किया जाता है, दैट इज ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री। आप समझ के बताइएगा। अब आप जैसा कि आपको मैंने बताया कि दिस होल ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री इज बेस्ड, कंसंट्रेटेड, सेंटर्ड ऑन द carbon and its associated compounds and elements which will come and join to this carbon। तो कार्बन क्या है, इसका एटॉमिक नंबर क्या है और ये कैसे अपनी वैलेंसी को दिखाता है जिसमें आकर के कोई और एलिमेंट अटैच ऑन होगा। पीरियोडिक टेबल में कार्बन का पोजीशन हाइड्रोजन, हीलियम, लिथियम, बेरिलियम, बोरान, कार्बन। कार्बन एटॉमिक नंबर इज 6, C6 बोलते हैं। आपको अच्छी तरह पता है, अदरवाइज अगले क्लास में हम इसको फिर भी बताएंगे। किसी भी एलिमेंट का इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन 2n² के बेस पे किया जाता है। दिस इज नोन टू एवरीबडी स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम क्लास 7th and 8th। इस बेस पर कार्बन का जो ये इधर न्यूक्लियस होगा, इसके चारों तरफ पहले सेल में 2n², n इज इक्वल 1, पहला सेल n इज इक्वल 1, 1² 1, 2 into 1, पहले सेल में 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन रहेंगे। रेस्ट ऑल इलेक्ट्रॉन्स विल रिजाइड इन द नेक्स्ट सेल, that is 4 electron, but the total capacity of that floor is 8 of the second cell. Total as per this 2n², 2² 4 into 2 8 electrons can reside in the cell, but unfortunately carbon is not having the 8 electrons. Carbon is having only 6, 2 went to the first and 4 went to the second floor. आप इसको देसी भाषा में समझिए। एक कोई मकान मालिक है, उसका नाम है कार्बन, उसके पास कई सारे फ्लोर हैं। इस केस में 2 फ्लोर मान लीजिए आप। कार्बन के यहाँ पर कोई और एलिमेंट होता, मेजर एलिमेंट, तो हम और फ्लोर मानते। तो नीचे उसके 2 ही कमरे खाली हैं, और सेकंड फ्लोर पे, मतलब नीचे मतलब फर्स्ट फ्लोर जिसमें आपने 2 लिखा, सेकंड फ्लोर पे 8 कमरे खाली हैं। 4 किराएदार उसके पास आ गए, या 4 उसके खुद के हैं, मान लीजिए 4 बेटे खुद के हैं, 4 कमरे उसके अभी भी खाली हैं। वो क्या करेगा? वो जगह जगह जहां किराएदारी है सामान, इस तरीके से ही विल ट्राई टू ब्रिंग सम रेंटर इन हिज 4 वैकेंट रूम्स। किसी भी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन को आप इसी भाषा में समझिए। ये कार्बन इस कोशिश में रहेगा कि इसके जो 4 वैकेंट रूम्स हैं, उन 4 वैकेंट रूम को कोई ऑक्युपाई कर ले। तो ये मान लीजिए कार्बन है, इसके इनर ऑर्बिट को मैं नहीं दिखाया, इसके फर्स्ट रूम को मैंने नहीं दिखाया। अब आप ये मान के रखिए ये कार्बन है, इसके 4 कमरे इधर खाली हैं। तो जब 4 कमरे खाली हैं तो 4 किराएदार आ सकते हैं, या कोई ऐसा भी किराएदार आ सकता है जो 2 कमरा ले ले, कोई ऐसा भी किराएदार आ सकता है जो 3 कमरा ले ले। 1 कमरे वाला किराएदार आएगा, मतलब उसको 1 कमरे की जरूरत होगी। अब उसको इलेक्ट्रॉन की भाषा में समझें कि अगर किसी के आउटर ऑर्बिट में 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन एक्स्ट्रा पड़ रहा होगा, वो भी चाहेगा इस 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन को दे करके इस कमरे को ऑक्युपाई कर लें। या अगर और किसी भाषा में आप समझना चाहें, जिस भाषा में आप समझ सकें, किसी भी तरह इस कार्बन के 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन, जिनको हम कमरा बोल रहे थे अभी, और सामने आने वाले उस इलेक्ट्रॉन के बीच में एक बॉन्ड बन जाएगा, और ये दोनों बॉन्ड मिल करके उस कमरे को ऑक्युपाई करने की कोशिश करेंगे। तो जैसा कि मैंने बताया, कार्बन और हाइड्रोजन मिल करके एक बहुत ही ह्यूज नंबर ऑफ कंपाउंड्स बनाते हैं ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री में। तो हाइड्रोजन से ही समझिए। हाइड्रोजन का एटॉमिक नंबर 1 है, इसके पास 1 ही इलेक्ट्रॉन है। बड़ी आसानी से, बेचारा अकेला है, 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन है, जहां मन करे वहां दे दो और वहां अटैच हो जाता है। इसी नाते हाईली रिएक्टिव भी है। तो यहां पर मान लीजिए मैंने हाइड्रोजन बैठा दिया, इसके 4 कमरे में 4 हाइड्रोजन किराएदार बन के आ गए, और इसको हमने नाम दे दिया CH4। इसको बाई नेचर ऑफ इट्स ओरिजिन वी नो दैट दिस इज अ मीथेन गैस। इट वॉज वेरी इजी टू गिव द नेम ऑफ दिस ओनली 1 गैस। लेकिन अगर इनकी संख्या बढ़ती जाए, कार्बन से कार्बन और मोर नंबर ऑफ कार्बन अटैच हो जाए, तो इस तरह से आप याद करके आप नाम नहीं दे सकते हैं। आप ऐसे समझिए, आपके घर में 1 या 2 आदमी काम कर रहे हैं, या नौकर है, उसका नाम आप रख सकते हैं। बट आप कोई फैक्ट्री अगर चला रहे हों, तो क्या उस फैक्ट्री में 200-300 अगर वर्कर हों, तो सबका आप नाम याद कर पाते हैं? नहीं। तो आप उनको एक नंबर देते हैं, ये पास नंबर है, तुम्हारा सिक्योरिटी नंबर है, ये तुम्हारा एम्प्लॉय नंबर है। जो बिग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है दे गिव वन नंबर। लाइक दैट इन द ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री you need to adopt a system by which you are able to allot the name to the any organic compound. That pattern we are going to study. तो ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री में कार्बन की जो संख्या है उसको 1 2 3 4 ना मिल करके एक विशेष लैंग्वेज में बोला जाता है। हमको काउंटिंग में 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 इसकी जरूरत पड़ती है। तो जब ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री में 1 2 3 4 5 6 8 9 10 कहीं काउंटिंग लिखना है तो वी राइट इट मिथ, वी राइट इट इथ, प्रोप, ब्यूट, पेंट, हेक्स, हेप्ट, ऑक्ट, नॉन, डेक एंड सो ऑन। लाइक दिस वी राइट। मतलब एक कार्बन है वी से मिथ, 2 कार्बन है वी से इथ, 3 कार्बन है वी से प्रोप। लाइक दिस वी से, वी डू नॉट से 2 कार्बन 3 कार्बन 4 कार्बन। नाउ द सेकेंड थिंग, मतलब कहीं भी आपके पास 3 कार्बन रहेगा तो आप इसको प्रोप तो बोलेंगे ही। अब आगे क्या उसमें बोलेंगे वो आगे हम देखेंगे। देखिए मैंने आपको बताया कार्बन की 4 वैलेंसी है, इस पर हाइड्रोजन तो आके बैठ सकता ही है। हाइड्रोजन बैठा, मान लीजिए कार्बन की 4 वैलेंसी पे 4 हाइड्रोजन बैठा और हमको इसका नाम पता नहीं था जो हमने ट्राइबल सिस्टम में बताया। हमको नॉमेनक्लेचर के बेस पर, IUPAC नॉमेनक्लेचर के बेस पे आगे बढ़ना था। कितना कार्बन दिखा मुझे दिखा 1 कार्बन। 1 कार्बन को हम IUPAC में क्या बोलते हैं? मिथ। मिथ बोलते हैं। मिथ बोलते ही सिंगल कार्बन मींस मिथ। हमने देखा कार्बन से हाइड्रोजन के बीच में सिंगल बॉन्ड है। व्हेनेवर देयर इज अ सिंगल बॉन्ड that is called ane. Whenever there is a double bond, that is called ene. Whenever there is a triple bond, this will be called ine. Can you find any single bond? Can you find any double bond here? Can you find any triple bond here? Yes, you are getting only single bond. So its name will be ane. जो सफिक्स बोलेंगे, प्रीफिक्स में हमने तो कार्बन की संख्या लगाई और सफिक्स में इसका नेचर देखा। इज इट होल्डिंग सिंगल, डबल और ट्रिपल बॉन्ड? इट इज होल्डिंग सिंगल बॉन्ड, सो आई विल से मिथेन। इन रनिंग वी कॉल इट मिथेन। ये बहुत आसान है, आप समझिए, आपको समझ में आ जाएगा। अब देखिए कार्बन और 2 कार्बन थे। जब कार्बन कार्बन एक साथ मिले, इसके पास 2 कार्बन थे, इसकी 3 वैलेंसी पे तो हाइड्रोजन बैठ गया, एक कमरा दोनों ने आपस में साझा कर लिया, ये बना। अभी भी क्या इसमें कोई डबल बॉन्ड है? नहीं है। क्या इसमें कोई ट्रिपल बॉन्ड है? नहीं है। कार्बन की कितनी संख्या है? 2 है। कार्बन की 2 संख्या है। ब्लाइंडली हम जो काउंटिंग सीखे हैं, गिनती सीखे हैं, दैट इज इथ। 2 कार्बन को हम इथ बोलेंगे, 1 कार्बन को हमने मिथ बोला था। और इसके बीच में अगर सिंगल बॉन्ड है, कार्बन टू कार्बन इज सिंगल बॉन्ड, सो आई विल से इथेन। दैट सफिक्स इज इथेन। ठीक है। ये कार्बन की संख्या अगर बढ़ती जाए, फिर कार्बन आया, अगेन इसके पास 4 कमरे रहेंगे, अगेन देयर विल बी हाइड्रोजन, देयर विल बी हाइड्रोजन। देखते ही मान लीजिए आप बिल्कुल अनाड़ी हैं, आपको सिर्फ एक फार्मूला पता है, नंबरिंग ऑफ दिस कार्बन आइटम्स एंड दिस सफिक्स। 3 कार्बन देखते ही आपके मुंह से क्या निकलेगा? प्रोप। कार्बन टू कार्बन कौन सा बॉन्ड है? सिंगल बॉन्ड, सो इट इज सिंगल बॉन्ड इज कॉल्ड एन, सो इट्स नेम बिकेम प्रोपेन। एक कार्बन और इधर अटैच हुआ, 4 कार्बन की श्रृंखला थी। द सीरीज वाज हैविंग द 4 कार्बन। 4 कार्बन की काउंटिंग में हम क्या बोलते हैं? ब्यूट। Carbon to carbon, which type of bond is available? Single bond is available. So I will say butane. कठिन है ये? नहीं, बिल्कुल आसान है, समझिए। एक कार्बन और अटैच हो गया। This carbon will also have 4 vacant seats. Number of carbon atoms are 5. 5 is counted as pent. Carbon to carbon is single bond, so it is pentane. Like this, you will keep on numbering. If I am increasing the number of carbons, and single bond is remaining, so as per the number of carbons, you will call this non-deck or anymore, and if it is a single bond, you will call N. So, by seeing this pattern, the formula exists for this type of compounds is CnH2n plus 2. Means, if the number of carbon is 1, C1H2 plus 2, this becomes CH4. If number of carbon is 2, what will happen? C2H 2 4 2 6, C2H6. This is ethane. Like this. So alkanes, formula CnH2n plus 2. All these compounds having carbon to carbon single bond are called alkanes. Alk means this counting. N means this single bond. If counting is 1, you will say meth. If counting is 2, you will say eth. Counting is 3, you will say prop, and so on. So these groups of compounds are called alkanes, having a general formula CnH2n plus 2, where N denotes the number of carbon. If 1 carbon is there, it will be CH4, 2 carbon is there, C2H6. Like this, this is it. And this formula is sometimes asked in few competitive examinations, where the general science is asked. Sometimes it has been seen that directly they say, what is the formula of alkanes? What is the CnH2n plus 2 belongs to which group of organic compounds? Like this they will ask. They do not ask the nomenclature in the competitive examination, in the general competitive examinations, but sometimes they ask about alkane. Now, scene has changed. There are 2 carbons and 2 rooms are shared between them. Matlab 2 electrons are shared. Carbon is having only 4 seats vacant, 4 rooms vacant, 4 chair vacants, 4 electrons free, and 2 are engaged. How much are left over? Only 2 are left. 2 are here, 2 are here, 4. 2 are here, 2 are here, 4. इसमें ये दोनों साझेदारी कर चुके हैं, इसके भी हैं, इसके भी हैं, ऐसे समझ लीजिए. Like this, like this. इधर घूम रहे हैं, मंडरा रहे हैं. 2 2 4, 2 2 4. अल्टीमेटली 4 आउटर इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हैं इसके पास में. अब इसमें जो ये खाली है, इसी के ऊपर तो हाइड्रोजन या कोई और रेडिकल बैठ सकता. यहां पर कार्बन और कार्बन के बीच में जो डबल बॉन्ड आया, दिस डबल बॉन्ड इज कॉल्ड ईन. दिस इज सफिक्स्ड एज ईन इन द ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री एंड दिस particularly this in nomenclature. Whenever there is a double bond, this will be called ene. Double bond means carbon to carbon double bond, not from carbon to others. Carbon to carbon double bond is named as ene. Now the number of carbons are 2, so 2 will be called eth. Now this has become in the running ethene. Like this you have to remember. Whenever there is a carbon to carbon double bond, it will be suffixed as "ene." Let the number of the carbons be any. So the general formula, so these groups of compounds will be called alkenes, like this, like here you called it alkane. Now here we are calling alkenes. Only this suffix is changed. Again, alk means number of carbons, ene means carbon to carbon double bond. So here the formula is CnH2n. Let any number of carbons be there, and if there is a double bond, this will follow CnH2n. Now come to the third situation, where the 3 rooms, 3 electrons, 3 chairs have been shared, occupied, compromised between carbon and to carbon itself. So carbon having only 4 vacant seats, it will be left over with only 1 seat, 1 room, 1 electron, or whatever you can understand. So here only 1 hydrogen or any such radical having the 1 electron in its outer shell will come and attach here. This group of atom having carbon to carbon triple bond will be suffixed as "ine." Let any number of carbon be there. If it is having the triple bond, it will be called "ine." Depending upon the number of carbon, you will select. In this case, if 2 carbons are there, so you will call it. Uttering together, it will be called ethine. In general, it will be called alkynes. Alk means number of carbon, ine means carbon to carbon triple bond. So it will be called alkynes. The general formula for alkynes will be CnH2n minus 2. Now you can see in this case 2 carbons are there and hydrogens are 2, C2H2. It is called acetylene gas. This is the basic structure of counting the number of carbons and distributing in alkane, alkene and alkyne groups. But when the number of carbons increases, it becomes a long chain. Hydrogen can be replaced by such type of similar radicals having the same number of electrons in its outer shell, like chlorine come and replace the hydrogen. It can be replaced by bromine. Sometimes some other groups also come and attach to this carbon chain. So this carbon chain becomes long and lengthy too. In that case, scientist has decided certain particular rules or principles which are strictly followed during nomenclature. I'll come to that point also. I hope up to now your basic concept is clear how this organic chemistry is being organized for nomenclature. So let us see. Now I have to remove this. I'll put this formula here, CnH2n plus 2, CnH2n. This is CnH2n minus 2. I'll put there. In the beginning itself, you have seen the CH4, which is called methane. Now let us assume one situation. This hydrogen has been replaced by one chloride. In this case, again, if this structure is in front of you and you have to give a name to them. This. What is the number of carbon? 1. What you will call it? Meth. Is there any single, double or triple bond? No. Which type of bond? N. So it is methane. But there is one replacement of hydrogen and attachment of one chlorine. So in the IUPAC, this is called chloromethane. And in trivial system or in general system or in domestic name, it is called methyl chloride, because once you remove one hydrogen, this become unstable and this become one group and this become methyl group. Like this C2H5, this become ethyl group. So this takes a form by bromine. This will be called bromomethane. Let this be replaced by fluorine. This will become fluoromethane. Like this you have to call. Now, suppose there are 2 carbons. Like this, it will have, this is C2H6. What is this? C2H6. It is called ethane. By seeing itself, you can say this is having 2 carbons, so this will be ethane. This will be eth. Single bond, so N. But if all these vacant seats are not occupied by hydrogen, some other person has come, his name needs to be included. So this will be called chloroethane. This is called chloroethane. Like this. Like this, if it is replaced by bromine, let it be replaced by fluorine or any other type of. Have a watch for 2-3 times, your all things will be cleared. Again, let the situation be of 3 carbons. By seeing itself, you have to find out the number of carbon atoms. It is 3, so it will be pro. Now you find out if all these are not associated with hydrogen, some other radicals are attached, its name is to be called. So it will be called chloropropane. Let the carbon number be 4. So this will be bute, chlorobutane, chloropentane, chlorohexane. Like this you have to call. Now, let us come to a little bit confusing state where some question and some confusion may arise. Now, this is the compound having 3 carbon. I'll ask you, if all these positions are held by hydrogen, so what you will call? You will call by seeing 3 carbons means prop. Single bond means N. This has become propane, but I have replaced it by chlorine, so this has become chloropropane. Now you see this is structure, and I am making one more structure. What is this formula? C3H H7Cl. If you do not see this structure particularly, if you see this formula, you will not have the idea where this chlorine is situated at the first carbon, last carbon or the mid carbon. But in IUPAC and particularly in organic chemistry, the position of these radicals, which is varying from one place to another place, makes the property of this compound change and its behavior also. So they need to be studied separately in that form. Let the formula being C3H7Cl, but if the position of Cl is changed from here to here also, then also you will write C3H7HCl only, but the property of that compound may differ. I have taken this compound as an example. This may or may not differ, but this happens in so many other situations also, so you need to study from basic. So this property of this particular compound will vary. For that purpose, you need to give a name to this compound when the chlorine has been replaced by has changed its position from here to here. Now let us see in that situation. Here also 3 carbon, here also hydrogen atoms. Now I have brought chlorine here, hydrogen here, hydrogen here, hydrogen here. In this situation, by seeing this structure, by seeing this name, can you tell whether the chlorine was positioned at the first carbon or chlorine was positioned as the second carbon? No. So only calling the chloropropane will denote the structure of this particular design, but this particular design needs to be called with some other name. For that purpose, this IUPAC nomenclatures is has set up certain rules. So you need to number it. You need to tell to the audience. You need to tell to the laboratory assistant. You need to tell to the scientist. You need to tell to your students. If you are a professor in a classroom, you need to tell whether you want your chlorine to be situated in the first, mid or where. So for that purpose, this nomenclature is very important. In this case, if you start numbering from here, 1, 2, 3. If you start numbering from here, 1, 2, 3. In both the cases, chlorine is as 2. So you have to tell the position of this chlorine. You will say 2-chloropropane. Earlier you said chloropropane. If I am a man sitting in another room, I will make a chloropropane. I can put the chlorine anywhere. But if I told you particularly 2-chloropropane, the student will put the chlorine at the position number 2, that is carbon number 2. In future, you are going to face again such type of confusion. When the carbon number and the chain increases, whether numbering is to be done from here or whether numbering is to be done from here, that means left or right. These all things are going to be taught to you in the coming videos. Please have patience and have a watch over that. Again, this is a structure of butane, as it is having 4 carbon, so you will call it but. If it is having single bond, you will call N. If you have seen this is having one chlorine, you will call chlorobutane. But now again confusion has come. Now there are chances that by seeing its structure and by reading its formula only, some student can place the chlorine here, someone can place the chlorine here, someone can place the chlorine here, someone can place the chlorine here. In all these cases, will its design and property be same? No. So in that case, what you will do? If chlorine is here, you can simply say it is chlorobutane. But I have placed this chlorine here. In this case, again, number of carbon is 4. Number of hydrogen is same. 3, 3, 2, 5, 3, 8, 1, 9, 1 Cl. 9 hydrogen, chlorine 1. These all are same. But its position is changed. So how I will count it? How I can tell to the laboratory assistant? How can I tell to a scientist? How can I tell to a student that you prepare a chemical having the chlorine in the second carbon or third carbon? In that case, what you have to do? Just see. If I start numbering the carbon atoms from here, this will have 1, 2, 3, 4. Somebody will say, I am a right-hander, so I will start putting from here 1, 2, 3, 4. Or somebody will say, I am from such a country where that practice is there to write from right side. Will these things will work? No. This confusion should not be there in the field of science, and especially in the field of chemistry, where the chemical compounds are formed. In one country, if somebody is following some structure and that particular compound is being utilized for making the medicine, will that confusion will work out in the other country? No. So you need to have clear-cut picture and the clear-cut design. What is the difference between these two? By counting from right, this chlorine has been positioned at the third carbon, but from counting from left, this chlorine has been placed at the second carbon. If I say, as per previous compound, counting from left, it has become 2-chlorobutane. But if I take this case, in this case it has become 3-chlorobutane, having the same number of carbon, same number of hydrogen and the same number of chlorine. It will not work. So IUPAC scientists had decided one rule, that you have to count in such a way, let you belong to any country, let you be left-hander or right-hander, does not matter. Let you be in the space, does not matter. You have to count in such a way from where this attached group should get award minimum number of carbon donation. In this case, if I see counting from right, this has become third carbon, so third is more, but counting from left, 2 is lesser than 3, so this will be accepted and this will be not accepted. For this particular design, 2-chlorobutane is the correct one, 3-chlorobutane will be wrong one. Why this is wrong, you could understand by making these things. Again, let us come to in some alkene groups. Suppose by seeing itself, you can say this is having 4 carbon atoms, so you will say it is but. But there is a break, there is a speed breaker. All carbon atoms are not having the single bond. So this double bond will compel you to call it ene. This has become butene. Its formula as per this CnH2n, C4H8. You can count it 3, 3, 6, 7, 8. Here 2, 2, 4 common. If I say again, you design a formula, you design a structure of C4H8. You can design it. But if I change the position of this double bond from here to here, what will happen? Again the number of carbon and number of hydrogen will remain same, containing 1 carbon to carbon double bond. But this structure will be changed. It will be like this. It will be like this. Again it is having C4H8. But what happened? This double bond is between first and second carbon. Again confusion will come. In this case, you have to tell the position of this double bond need to be denoted in the nomenclature. So the person who is designing its structure can exactly make out whether you want to place the double bond between second to third atom or first to second atom. In this case, if you start numbering from here 1 2 3 4, or you can start numbering here 1 2 3 4 from any side, this second position will contain double bond. But in this case, if you start numbering from 1 2 3 4, and if you start numbering from 1 2 3 4, will the position of this double bond will be same or identical? No. In this case it was okay, because counting from left to right it was coming just after second, counting from right to left it was coming just after second. But in case of this, it was not like this. So in this particular case, you need to tell whether your double bond is situated at which place. So these things are there in the IUPAC. You need to understand well. Let us have a glance of some advanced rules of this IUPAC. So whatever you have studied so far, that was the basic structure, how the nomenclature is started. Now we will see some important rules provided by the specialist of the IUPAC committee, which are to be followed while using the nomenclature system. Let us see. First one is longest chain rule. We will see what is this. Longest chain rules says, suppose you have this carbon chain like this. It will have like this, it will have like this, it will have like this. Here hydrogen are placed, like this. Now here one branching is there. Here again some carbon is placed. Now I made it like this. So IUPAC says, just concentrate, you will understand. It does not mean that this is, if this much is the only longest chain, straight chain, that does not mean this will be the parent chain. It says the number of carbon atoms is the most in which of the chains, that will be considered the parent chain. Let it be here something. So if I count from here 1 2 3 4 5 6, it is only 6, 5 6. But if I count from if I divert from here 5 6 7 8 9 or so, in this situation you are supposed to consider this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 as a parent chain. So if the 9 carbon atoms has been identified as a carbon chain, so 9 carbon atoms will be considered in the nomenclature. The number of alks, number of carbons will be considered as per 9, not as per 6. So this is called longest chain rule. Now see the second one. What is this? The second most important rule is lowest number to the groups rule. You understand with the example. This is the carbon chain. This is the carbon chain. Let it be any number of this carbon atom. This will be like this. You can understand these are the hydrogen atoms or any other people are placed. Two groups are attached. Here one methyl group is attached. Here one ethyl group is attached. See, here one, you place it here, C2H5. Ethyl group is attached. So rule says if you start numbering from left, what will happen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Total number of carbon atoms will remain same. Let you number from left or right. But what the difference will occur, it will occur in the position of methyl and ethyl or any other group which are attached. If I number it from right side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here also the number of carbon atoms are 8 only. But what happened? When I numbered from left to right, this methyl and ethyl group scored 3 and 5 number according to their position. This was attached to the third carbon and this was attached to the fifth carbon when counted from left one. So their counting becomes 3 and 5. Their position, counting means their position remained at 3 and 5. But when I counted from right side, this was 4th and this was 6th. Rule says you have to consider the lowest number for nomenclature as per IUPAC. So you will not consider this one, and this one is wrong, this one is correct. Basic idea was that we had to provide a number which scored minimum position number, that was the starting from left and right. Now this will be applicable if that more than 2 or 3 groups are also there. Now the third rule is there. I will continue in this chain only. Alphabetical numbering. Alphabetical numbering to what? These methyl and ethyl groups are there. One is methyl, this one is methyl and this one is ethyl. Again the number says, again the rule says, you decided their position by providing the lowest position number, and that was the this numbering. But when you write it, whether I should write ethyl methyl and this one octane, or I should write methyl ethyl octane. So in this case the rule says this position, the names of these supporting or substituents groups which are attached to the parent chain will be followed according to their alphabetical order. In the alphabetical series, if E comes first, this will be first and the M come afterwards, so this will be afterwards. But you have to denote their position. In this 5-methyl, writing by a dash, comma, then 5-ethyl and 3-methyl. After that, whatever the parent chain is there, whatever that alkane or alkyne is there, you can write it there. Or if any other groups are attached, suppose here chlorine is there, you are putting 7-chloro. Suppose here fluorine is there, you put 8-fluorine, bromine or something, bromo, like this. After that, the parent chain. If it is 8, if it is 9, if it is 10, if it is 7, according to that, you write that aniline, and other things. The basic idea was to make you to understand. First of all, these attached groups should be provided the lowest number as per their position. In this case, they were getting the higher number. Number 2, if there is confusion, which alkyl, which methyl group or which substituents group should be considered first, in that case, alphabetical order should be followed. These are 2-3 important rules which are to be considered very, very strictly in the nomenclature. Now let us see if the both groups are same, here also methyl, here also methyl, then what you will do? You have to write 3,5-dimethyl. It is 2. Their positions are 3,5. Their name is methyl. Their quantity is 2. So I will write 3,5-dimethyl and afterward heptane, octane, nonane, decane or any other thing. So in this case, you have to take it like this. Suppose at both the positions, 2 ethyl groups were attached. then we will write 3,5 diethyl heptane, octane, nonane, decane, anything. Suppose the situation has come at position number 3 carbon, 2 ethyl groups are attached at the same place. Then what you will write? 3,3 dimethyl, differentiating by dash, diethyl, after that whatever alkane, alkene or alkyne is there, heptane, octane, nonane, like this. But you have to tell at the 3 position 2 methyl or 2 ethyl are there. Again, if at the same place 1 methyl is there, 1 ethyl is there, what you will write? 3. Now again that you use that alphabet, 3 ethyl, 3 methyl, differentiating by comma, 3 ethyl, 3 methyl, whatever alkane is there. Like this you have to consider. Now again let us see one confusing situation. From here also at the second carbon 1 methyl group is there. From here also at the second carbon 1 ethyl group is there. Again what will happen? If you count it from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you count it from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here at the 2 position and here at the 7 position, methyl and ethyl groups are there. In this condition, again you have to follow the alphabetical order. That group which comes in the alphabetical series first should score the lowest number, and the group which comes in the alphabetical series afterwards, its name comes afterwards, that should get the higher number. Again these rules is followed in this way. And one confusing situation may come. As we discussed in the rule number 1, we have to follow the longest carbon chain, but many a times some such situations may arise. You can see in this example, I have put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 carbons. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here also 9 carbon are there. So this time confusion may arise. Now here also 2 groups are attached. If you try to find out the longest chain, so if you start numbering from here, you can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 carbons. If you start numbering from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 carbons. So confusion arises, which one should be considered longest chain, this one or this one? Either this should be followed or this should be followed. In such situation, the rule says you have to consider the longest chain which have the maximum branches or which have the maximum side branches or which have the maximum extra groups attached over the chain. As you can see in this parent chain, though the number of carbons are the same, that is 9, but these 2 carbons items are not having any extra other branching. But here, though having the same number of carbons, they are having 2 more attachments available of some other groups. So this will be considered the parent chain. And this will be considered as a group attached to this number of carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. At the third carbon, you will say in writing and while nomenclature, you will consider this as a parent chain. You will consider that at the second carbon 2 methyl groups are attached. You will consider at the third carbon one propyl group is attached. So while giving the nomenclature, you will say 2,2 dimethyl 3-propyl, and now this. It is nonane, it is decane, heptane, or anything. For example, I told you, let this number be anything. So what you did, first you identified which should be considered the longest chain. So you found that this is the longest chain because this is having maximum number of branches. So you need to number. Now at the second position, 2 extra groups were attached. You need to denote here. There were 2,2 dimethyl, or 2-ethyl, 2-methyl, or something else, 2-methyl, 2-chloride, something else. Like this you have to denote it. At the third carbon, this will be considered as the extra attachment or the group. This was the propyl. And again, you have to consider here also in the alphabetical order. All the rules are applicable in every example. Suppose this was not the normal chain, it was some Cl, it was some Br. So while writing, you will write 2,2 dimethyl. Now this is clear. But while writing 3, now you give the names of this group separately. Now you forget this. What has happened? What has happened? This is the 3 carbon, this is the propane. Single bond, it is N, so this is propane. Now you have to give the numbering here also. Again you start numbering of these 3 carbon atoms, 1, 2. So you will say 1, 2 chlorofluoro, suppose 1 chloro, 1 fluoro, 1, 2 chlorobromo, propyl. I'll repeat it again. First you could find it out the parent chain. Then you have given the number of these 2 attachment, 2,2 dimethyl, diethyl, or anything. Now there was a confusion. What should be done with this? So you consider it a separate carbon chain. That was the 3 carbon. So it was a propane. But at the first and second position, one fluorine bromine was there. So we will write 1, 2 chlorofluoro, or 1, 2 dichloro, or if 1 methyl, 2 chloro, like this. Whatever is there, you first identify this group. 1, 2 dichloro, 1, 2 chlorofluoro. This was the 3 carbon, so propyl. This has become one group. So you will write 2, 2 dimethyl. Now this name. At the 2 position, at the 3 position of the carbon, you write its name. In the bracket, 1, 2. You have to put bracket. That means at 3 position this has come. At 3 position 1, 2 dichloro, trifluoro, or whatever propyl. Then you give the parent chain name. Like this you have to give the numbering. In the next class, I'll bring